Ah. Hello and welcome to Gamer 101 Podcast episodes 16 and 17. I'm your host, Lukáš. That very close up guy is Pete.
Hi, everybody. Pleasure to be here again.
Yeah, we haven't been here for another week. I don't know if we're gonna be back to normal schedule.
We should be.
Okay. By the way, it's Pete.
Officially confirmed.
Of course. He needed to take a break from being on internet.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's get this show on the road. We got quite a bit to talk about. So you took a break from the internet, so I.
Yeah, I haven't been playing much lately.
Yeah. So I will take over this part. So I finished Ace Combat 7. Very good. Very happy. It's actually so good. I started playing it on hard now.
Okay.
So, and I'm about halfway done with hard. It's very, very good.
Can you actually see the difference in the difficulty?
No, because I unlocked all the good. Oh, well, some of the good planes. So it's actually easier than it was before.
Okay.
Because when you start, you got like shitty planes, and you unlock them quite fast. But at the end, you get a lot of credits. So now when I started mission 1, where you have 8 enemies with Su-37, I just shot one rocket and they all died. So
they just disappeared.
Yeah. So that's that. But what I played most, why I'm only halfway done with it, is a little game came out. You maybe heard of it. It's called Apex Legends.
Oh boy, and it's crushing all the charts right now.
Yeah. And everything else. It's number 1 on Twitch. It's very
fire,
many people. Yeah. How many in 2 weeks? 1 week? 2 weeks? It's out.
In a week. In a little bit over a week, it reached more than 25 million players in total.
That's insane.
These are some amazing numbers.
And it is actually good.
Okay, speak for yourself.
Yeah, you don't like it because it's FPS and you hate games where you need to have skill. But it's actually good, and that's surprising.
Yeah, I guess look, the core gameplay is fantastic. It's just my bad that I really suck at it.
Yeah, well,
at this point, I'm working on it hard to get my bearings ready.
So what is Apex Legends? Still, one of the 2 people in the world who don't know what it is.
So basically, Apex Legends is what the Titanfall 3 should be, but since it got, pretty much. I read an interview with the Respawn Studios, and they said like they didn't really want to follow the Titanfall 3 roads. So this is what came out of the Titanfall 3. They sort of created a free-to-play battle royale game again, but this time again it's still on Origin on PC. It's somehow promoted by EA, even though EA had nothing to say in terms of development.
Which is a good thing.
And the results are there.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself. I mean,
so
once the EA goes away, the true gem is created.
Like,
and that's what they done.
If you're a studio owned by EA, and now this is me talking to Bethesda. No, Bethesda. What the fuck am I? To BioWare. To BioWare. You just need to take EA's money and tell them to shut the fuck up. And because there was an interview the day it came out, and one of the guys was like, yeah, EA didn't really want us to make this game, but we said we were gonna make it, and we made it. And I don't understand why EA didn't want this to be made.
You never know what the priorities of the company are.
Yeah. So it's a free-to-play, it's a battle royale game, but it's got like elements of Overwatch and or Siege. with the different character classes. So everyone's got some abilities.
Extremely engaging, satisfying for some,
There's
for
no
majority of people.
being in a Titanfall universe. There's no Titans, and there's no jetpacks.
At least for now.
Yeah, but also in a different interview with Win Zampella, he said that it was there at the beginning, or they were having options of putting it there, but they couldn't balance it then. And for the jetpacks, when they tested it with the jetpacks, it was hard to have the teams be together. They just split up too much. So that's why there's no jetpacks. But yes, in the same interview, he said maybe there will be game modes where this is an option.
I guess sometimes you can't really listen to the players because it's one thing what they are saying, but then when you actually come out with it and it doesn't work, then you get criticized. But that wasn't your fault to begin with. So my honest opinion is right now what they have done with the game at the current state, that I go as far as to say that the new Fortnite for 2019 was born a week ago.
Definitely. And how great it is that it's been out for 10 days or whatever. It's got so many players. It works. You get kicked out of not out of the game, but out of menu sometimes. But you click relog and you're back in. There's no servers are full. There's no servers are down. It just works. It's insane. How is it possible?
Are you trying to compare it to EA's own BioWare Anthem beta?
Exactly, yes. As you said, it was a beta for I don't know how many people. It wasn't open, right? It was invite only, right?
First beta was a VIP demo, or let's call it what it really was. VIP demo for the people who either have Origin subscription or who pre-order the game. And then the following week was an open demos for everybody to join in.
Yeah, and how many people joined that?
Haven't really watched or looked at the numbers.
But it didn't work, right?
The first week, no, it was a complete mess. The second week, or the second weekend rather, it was much better, but still people were getting issues.
Yeah. So is now Anthem in trouble of just being overshadowed? I know it's two different styles games.
PvP versus PvE only. I believe with the power of what Apex Legends, and it's not stopping anywhere soon. I'm truly afraid that once again, they've done it with the Battlefield 5, they have done it with the Titanfall 2. Basically, EA has sacrificed once again the Anthem, and I'm afraid this might be potentially a breaking point for BioWare.
But what if they didn't expect? I don't think they on purpose did it like with Titanfall 2, which obviously EA doesn't like Respawn because they released Titanfall 2 after a week of Battlefield 1, and Titanfall 2 is the better game of those two.
Yep, without a doubt.
Yeah. And now, I don't think they expected this to be this big. They maybe expected, okay, then we'll teach those guys and they will make fucking Star Wars game until they drop dead, And then it kind of backfired.
If what you are saying is true, then clearly people at EA have absolutely no relevance in the industry.
I'm not saying that, but but it might be true. At least that's my feeling. That I guess they bought them for like $1 billion or whatever, and then they killed their game basically, which was excellent. And now you don't make that game, make that Star Wars game. And now I'm kind of afraid that Star Wars game will not even get made. Because now EA, of course, sees the dollars.
Yeah, I know.
Why would we make a Star Wars game? Just get rid of it. We got this. It's just raining money on us.
Look, one of two things could be actually possible. First thing, because the whole information about basically the reveal trailer, it all came down in one single day. The moment it was presented on Twitch via the stream, that same moment it was released on both platforms and PC. There was only one leak pointing to it on Saturday, I believe. There was a leak like in 2 days there should be a new Titanfall, and that basically
Yeah.
no
And they
campaign,
must
no
have-
information, nothing at all.
Yeah, and they've been working on it for 2 years. And there must have been insane amount of testing because it is really polished. It is well balanced. So I don't know. I don't know how they did it. It must have
It just
been
feels right.
massive NDA agreements. Yeah.
So now we'll just wait for the Anthem results and how it is going to do in the first week, and then
When is Anthem coming out?
that's a good question. Actually, for people again, as EA's second Ubisoft almost, they have different editions, and right now it's coming out to the people who have the Premier or Origin Premier, which is $15 per month. It's playable tomorrow.
Okay. When does
Officially,
it come out in
For
reality?
regular folks, February 22nd.
February 22nd?
That's right.
Okay. Speaking of it coming out, a bunch of games already came out this year. And we're kind of skipping things on the list I sent to you. We're not going really by order.
Yeah, the last time we talked about it was all the January releases, but right now February is halfway through, and we have already had 3 games.
And how are the games this year?
Do you mean in terms of the ratings?
Yeah, like this hasn't been a particularly strong 1.5 months.
Again, I must contradict you there.
Uh-huh.
We have had 6 big games come out in the first month and a half.
Uh-huh.
3 of which in January. Right now, Metro Exodus is coming out
Uh-huh.
tomorrow. Far Cry New Dawn as well, and Crackdown 3.
Yes. And how are those games doing?
Crackdown 3, just like everybody expected, nothing amazing, not even.
No,
Very
who
close.
expected it's not gonna be good? Who dared expect it's not gonna be good?
I mean, I'm sure some people have had high hopes.
After being in development for 10 years or so.
The original reveal trailer was all the way back to 2014. That's what I read today. And then we had 3 delays, and finally it came out.
Yeah.
Nothing amazing.
And Far Cry New Dawn, also not amazing apparently.
I mean, they went. First of all, they are using light RPG elements there. There are 3 levels of enemies already, and the guns have their levels. There is no customization from what I've seen. And again, it's the numbers game, just like in Division. And I just feel like I watched few gameplay. Doesn't feel really right.
Yeah. So right now, the highest rated game on Metacritic that came out this year is
Resident Evil 2
remake.
Yep.
Which speaks for itself, I would say. And the other AAA game, it's Kingdom Hearts 3, but we kind of all expected that to be a good game.
Yeah, I really try to get into Kingdom Hearts.
Did you?
It's not really compelling to me. But
Did you start playing it? Did you
Nope.
buy?
I just said I really should get into it.
You should get into it. Okay. It's a game. I don't know. And then with Metro Exodus, there is another issue regarding Epic Games launcher.
Yeah, do you mean the issue with no preload available?
Yeah. How can you get away in 2019 with digital distribution that you cannot preload?
That left me speechless when I first found out.
How's that possible?
Actually, today I read a tweet directly from the Epic studio that right now, today, they added an offline mode. An offline mode, your basic functionality.
So you can play your games that you bought on Epic Games Launcher if your internet goes out?
No, I believe it's the status of your profile of your account that you can be seen by others as offline, even though you're online.
What?
You know, just like the
What? Okay. All right. Good for them, I would say. I that should have been there day one.
All the things should have been there day one.
Yeah. Let's speak about a game that many people got very excited for. It was called Outer Worlds. It is from the original creators of
Fallout series.
Fallout series, which we now are not fans of.
Definitely not.
And they came out with a statement that it will not be an open world RPG in the sense as Fallout or as in Witcher or as in any others. What's your feeling about that?
Here's the thing: a lot of companies or players want an open world games because, first of all, they can really dive for a longer time into the game, and secondly, there is more things to do. But then again, is the execution of the type of open world game that you have comparing, let's say, Ubisoft, where you, again, pretty much every single game from Ubisoft except Just Dance is open world, but then there is really like fetch quest, collectibles. That's not fun to me. And also for many players, not as well. So I would much rather have a more linear approach in the game with kind of open sections, not necessarily open world, than the whole open world with just random stuff, or go here, take this kind of quest.
I will agree with you on this one. I am not the biggest fan of open worlds as well. I don't really care that much. And if I start caring that much, I'm not finishing the game. Yeah, this can be, I say, a good thing because Obsidian nowadays isn't that big to really make or doesn't have the infinite money to make a really big open world game. And if they made a small open world game, then people would just say, oh, the world is small, there's not that much to do. Fuck it, 6 out of 10. But if they make a really solid, like you said, game that has some open environments like towns or whatever, and then the quests or it's linear, I'm all for it.
And also, let's not forget that making an open world game is much more challenging because, of course, you put the boundaries, the limits where the players can go, but then when it comes to testing and bugs, reporting of bugs, it's much more difficult because each player is unique.
Yeah,
you can't really prepare for it.
Yeah. But you did raise an interesting point there. Pretty much everything that Ubisoft makes these days is open world. Well, except for Siege.
Yeah, and Just Dance.
and Just Dance. How would an open world Just Dance look?
It will be a bunch of cities, and you will be traveling through them, winning festivals.
Would you play that? No. Okay.
Not in million years.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Even Steep was open world, right?
Yeah. And not only is Ubisoft an expert at open world games, they are also trying, and with the new Dawn, we have seen it reusing of the same assets a year after.
Yeah.
They did it with Far Cry Primal, now the same situation.
Was that the same map as Far Cry, whatever, 4?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. I pay so little attention to Far Cry these days. I think the last Far Cry I played was Blood Dragon.
Yeah, which was a standalone DLC for Far Cry 2.
Really good. If you haven't played it, go play it.
Yeah, for many people, Far Cry 3, in terms of the story, main characters there, that's still best game up to date.
Also, the story was a little stupid, but the guy had a phone. You had a phone. You could have called for help. You didn't have to go on a murder rampage to get your friends back.
Look, at least was extremely well written.
Yeah, and then killed halfway through. Spoilers for a 15-year-old game. So we did this, we did that. Speaking of Ubisoft, let's go to Activision. I'm getting worse at this. Wait. No, why Activision?
What?
This is not Activision. This is who I want to talk about.
I guess Blizzard's Activision.
It is Activision. Okay, Activision Blizzard. So last episode, 2 episodes ago, who knows at this point? When we said we were talking about this manager getting insane amounts of money.
Just for accepting the job, just to be clear.
Yeah. So now they kind of laid off like 800 people.
800 people. So even though they said it's not, I'm not sure if none of them or just a small number of people are actually game developers, so they are other types of jobs there, mainly from the publishing, because they publish their own games.
Okay, so first question, why do you need 800? Why do you have so many people that 800 are unnecessary in publishing? How many people do you actually have? And second, you know what? Answer the first one, I'll think of the second.
Okay. Well, I've read a few posts regarding the shocking news. Basically, a lot of people didn't even know who is going to end. They got information literally a day before. The whole situation is even worse after the annual earnings were shared when Activision Blizzard has made record revenue last year, but they said the layoffs are due to the poor performance and low expectations of investors. And they said specifically a basically people are not buying their shit.
People are not buying their shit. Okay, so could this because I have seen on Twitter, I believe Square it was, who tweeted at Blizzard or whatever for these firings that, whoever lost their job, you can apply for jobs at Square. We have spaces available. So then it probably also was some devs there. Could this be because Activision Blizzard is focusing on mobile, and obviously you need smaller teams for creating mobile games?
Yeah, that's true. Their intention, and they are not hiding, is to bring every single franchise, a game from every single franchise they had, which isn't a lot on mobile, starting from Diablo Immortal this year.
But then,
I mean, it's the situation with Blizzard Activision is just like with Rockstar, that they are just not. The solution is simple. They are just not making games. They have so much potential there. I saw a video about one guy, and he was basically explaining the whole situation. There is a StarCraft sequel which wasn't made, and StarCraft 2 came out 2010. They are not doing anything at all in Overwatch. Like, it came out 3 or 4 years ago, and you have maybe 5 new heroes. No new game modes. The game isn't really evolving. They have shut down their esports for Hearthstone and Overwatch as well.
really?
Yep.
I don't follow esports, but this is what? So actually you're trying to sell... to be honest, I don't follow Blizzard Activision at all. But you are right. We spoke about this on one of the very first episodes. Activision is not making games anymore. They make Call of Duty.
And that's it. The world is
that's it.
changing. You just can't expect to be successful based on Call of Duty, which
you can, because it sells like hotcakes every year.
Which they confirmed will feature single player this year.
Sorry, what?
It will feature single player this year again, after skipping it last year.
Very good, Activision. 2 thumbs up. Okay. So yeah. So what? But then, what is the Blizzard side doing of it? Of course, they have to have someone.
God only knows. Look, Diablo 3, a long way, like 5 years or so since Diablo 3 came out.
I guess they were porting it to Switch or something, right?
But they can.
Then
5 years is a long time.
Yeah, I know that they released StarCraft 1 remake, and now they're working on Warcraft 3 remake.
But then again, we get to the point where just trying to cash people on the already established franchise.
Exactly. Then, of course, you don't need 800 people. But make new games, no? Make new fucking games. That's what you're known for.
Yep.
Making fucking games. Just make a StarCraft 3. Or make a new IP. You know, do whatever. Don't lay off people. Give them work. Find some. You have talent that can think of shit, no? Or hire us. We can come up with many games.
Just give us a home and place to sleep, and we'll happily start working for
you. Yeah. I don't even need 15 million sign-in bonus. I'll do it 5.
1% of it is enough.
It's stupid decision making in my view. I don't know.
There are a lot of companies, not only in gaming industry, and I can see it myself where I work, like the top management, the decision makers. God, it's a rational thing. It's just one thing would fix pretty much majority of the issues, but because it's not procedure, or because someone up there in the organizational in charge doesn't approve it, just can't change anything.
Yeah, I guess they got too big for themselves.
And then they got too comfortable, and now trying to find a way out.
Because Overwatch is performing well. It's still very many people play it, and I assume they spent money on it still.
Actually, I've seen the numbers declining.
Yeah, it's old-ish game now at this point, and there are many new players on the same playing field with them.
But really, if you think about it, in the 4 years or 3 years since the game came out, nothing major has changed in the game.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Well, I haven't played. We played it a couple of weeks ago, a month ago or so, and I still I think I hate it now. It's because when I played it last time before, it had 4 classes or whatever, and now
Yeah.
it's got 3 classes and like 4 new characters that I
Yeah,
have no idea how to
4
play.
new characters in 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, if it's, I don't know if it's a balancing issue or what kind of issue it is, but they need to get their shit together. There's like 2 new maps since it launched.
Yeah.
And as you said, the game modes are just...
They just can't expect to sell old games over and over again.
Yeah.
And
Well,
coming up
maybe-
with a legendary anniversary edition of Overworld where they use 10 loot packs.
I mean, they still got World of Warcraft, which is still just making them piles of money every day, even though that's also declining. But then every 3 years they release a DLC or whatever.
Yeah,
And
and
they
the last DLC was faced a lot of criticism, actually.
Yeah, but it also makes the player count go back to 10-ish
For,
million.
for a short time, yeah.
If you get from 6 million to 8 million for 3 months, and everyone pays 3 million people pay 10 euros a month. That's
Is it that much? Is it 10 euros per month?
I think it's like that, yeah. It might be even more.
There is no way it's more.
I will fucking Google it, motherfucker. But if it's only 10 euros per month, and
yeah, I can do the math. 3 million
Yeah.
times 10. 30 million.
that's 30, and they stick around for 3 months, that's 90 million money. That's, I mean, they just need to keep on keeping on, and they got enough money. But make new games. That's what game. If you buy a 6-month
Membership, yeah.
membership, it is $12.99 USD per month.
Okay.
If you buy a 1-month membership, it's $14.99 USD per month.
4.99.
It is a lot of money. Yeah.
Wouldn't pay that much.
Yeah.
Like, that's even more than highest package on Netflix. And there is no question about how much value you can get from a single game. But then again, I'm not really familiar with World of Warcraft, but correct me if I'm wrong. You pay this monthly membership, plus you have to buy all the expansions, right?
Yes.
Jesus!
I don't know. Actually, the current subscriber is about 2 million only, so they're quite down from 6 years ago when I last cared about World of Warcraft. But that's still 2 million people paying you $13 per month. So yeah, you got a lot of money. All right.
What do we have next? Let me check.
Well, we got some new games and remakes and ports and shit announced. So one that I am very happy for, a sequel to Hollow Knight was announced.
Okay.
And I don't think there's a release date yet, but I'm very happy for it. If you didn't play Hollow Knight, go play Hollow Knight. Very good.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania kind of game. Very, very nice. Tetris Battle Royale was announced.
Everybody was waiting for it now. Here we have
I mean,
it.
I was. I was playing there the Apex now. Shit, I would really want Tetris.
No, I'm just waiting like for a Snake Battle Royale edition.
That is actually a brilliant idea. Hey, Activision, if you now make a Snake Battle Royale, Pete and I want some royalties, because how it works is like Game of Chairs. Do you know what Game of Chairs is?
I don't think I know.
So there's like 10 people and you go around and there's 9 chairs, and when the music stops you need to sit, and whoever's not sitting gets eliminated. So there's 100 snakes and there's 99 things.
Okay, so you think that the game will work in a way where you'll just eat a let's call it
Everyone will eat a thing, and the one snake that doesn't eat the thing will get eliminated. And of course you grow, and then you can also get eliminated if you bump into another snake. It's the usual snake rules.
I actually believe there is a game like Snake IO right now. It came to my mind.
Is that what I'm describing?
Yes.
Fuck. I have never played that. Switch is getting some games. Assassin's Creed 3 remake, remastered, whatever.
Which nobody asked for.
No.
But
Unravel 2 is coming to Switch. A new game from Platinum Games is coming to Switch. That's actual good news, I would say. Even though I don't like Platinum Games. One of the classic Legends of Zelda, Link's Awakening, is getting a remaster, I guess, for Switch. What more? Yeah. Switch also got Final Fantasy 9. Yes, 9. Yes. And 7 will come out later next month. Some game called Oninaki is coming for Switch from Square. At least Square is making games. I'll give them that.
Yeah, true.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is coming to Switch.
A lot of good stuff.
Dragon Quest 11 is coming to Switch. Dragon Quest Builders 2. Mario Maker 2. Why would they make a Mario Maker 2? Wasn't Mario Maker 1 like...
When it comes to Nintendo Switch and the games, I'm newbie here.
Okay.
So don't need to give you an...
there is a DLC for Shadow of Tomb Raider that came out, or is coming out. Yeah, there's a lot of new things that got announced.
And hopefully the new Pokemon this year.
Hopefully. Trials Rising is getting a beta.
That's your game? You were praising it?
Actually, Siege revealed the new map that's coming out. It's based in Australia.
At least Ubisoft is actually adding maps, quite a lot of them, compared to Overwatch.
I'm not fanboying here, but Ubisoft with Siege is doing a really good job.
And it also started as a quite failure, but then they picked up and changed a few things.
Yeah. Because there was the reveal was like they got some actress that she's the main whatever in the game. There was no campaign. There was like 11 training missions. One we terrorists, and that was it. And now it's evolved into something good, and they're still adding new shit. So
Yeah, I believe that's the only ongoing, because Tom Clancy's Wildlands, I'm not sure how much it's still relevant this year.
No.
So,
I think that was one of those games that was open world for the sake of it being open world. Like they
that
thought,
was a bad example of open world.
yeah, like they were thinking we can leech off the popularity of what's the game called?
Tom Clancy's Wildlands.
Yeah, but that's what they were thinking. They could leech off the popularity of the game, where you have the wingsuit and everything explodes. Just Cause, yeah. It's like co-op Just Cause, no?
Sort of.
Yeah. So that's.
And you know how Just Cause 4 failed completely.
Did it already come out?
With last December, with a
Really?
Steam review currently at 35%, mostly negative.
Shit.
Like completely wrong.
Okay.
Like from what I've seen on the basic consoles, it has troubles staying on 720p. Look at 30.
Fuck.
And that's real bad.
Okay. Well, and the last interesting bit of news is for the classic gamers, old timers, games like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, and Planetscape are coming to consoles.
Not interesting for me at all.
Yeah. But then what is? You don't play FPSs, you don't play RPGs.
I mean, okay, let's be straight here. RPGs, there is a difference between modern RPG and an old school RPG.
Yeah, the modern RPG is for idiots. They will just hold your hand.
That's why when I try to have a run through the Dark Souls, it takes ages.
Oh, did you start Dark Souls yet?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I actually loaded my old save on Dark Souls 3.
Uh-huh.
Did few just to run around for a while, shut it down.
Okay. When's the live stream coming out?
Live stream. Okay, let's do it this Sunday.
This Sunday. Huh? All right, this Sunday live stream.
We might try. Yep.
When's the other live stream coming out?
In a very short time.
Great. So that's the plans. I guess that's the show. No, we talked about a lot of shit.
I'm just trying to remember if there is anything else.
Why don't we get together and play Dark Souls like a drinking game?
Dark Souls drinking game? What the heck is that?
So when you die, you have to drink.
Then I'll be done within 30 minutes.
Yeah. It's good. That's too long for a video on YouTube, apparently. So think about it.
Or I might get really good at the game and then I will have to drink because I won't die.
Okay, so actually what we're gonna get, you're gonna train, and in December you're gonna do a speed run of all three.
Yeah, speed run, no hit speed run, no damage.
Yeah, naked, no damage speed run.
Just with a club in your hand.
Actually, you're gonna fist fight everyone.
No.
No, okay. So that's it.
I think we had more to discuss. Or
Okay.
there are some other news I'm just trying to remember right now.
All right.
Yeah, okay. I had a question.
Mhm.
Would you want to see Rainbow on Switch?
Right. Like Rainbow Six. I don't care. I'm playing it on PS4.
Okay, no question.
Is it coming out on Switch?
No, I was just curious. That's all.
No. The reason I bought Switch is for Mario Party and Smash.
There is what?
The reason I bought a Switch was Mario Party and Smash. And that's what I do. I don't care for these remakes. I will either play them on PS4 or PC.
Good for you.
Like this Final Fantasy IX. Why is it coming out on Switch? Who cares at this point? Who will buy it on Switch?
But at least people can't say that Switch is not supported. Or
It is, which is very nice.
Yeah, that's no matter what games it's getting, you can really see the love Nintendo is giving to the Switch.
Yeah.
And the number speaks really. Like the last time we checked, it was in the terms of number of units sold at 20 million, which is almost half of what Xbox has currently, which is insane.
Yeah, and Switch is out like what, 2 years, 3 years?
Two only.
Yeah.
Probably maybe this fall it will be 3, but right now 2 and some.
Yeah. Okay.
But who knows? Maybe Madbox comes out or whatever the name is, and
I haven't heard anything new about Madbox.
They really haven't shared anything. So
weren't they saying we're gonna share so much things?
That was the initial.
And then they figure out, oh wait, this is stupid.
First of all, it's way too far into the future, and secondly, people will be interested only in the price.
Mm-hmm.
I remember having the discussion about how frames per eye work.
Did you figure that out?
Not yet.
Okay. Also, speaking of consoles that never came out or whatever, what's with Steambox?
No idea.
Okay. That also never came out, right?
I don't think it did.
Is it that Steam Link? Is that it?
Maybe they just renamed it. I don't know.
All right, but Steam Link doesn't do anything.
Steam Link. This is probably the second time I hear about Steam Link.
All right, I got Steam Link. I used it once.
Doesn't Steam have also their own controller?
Yes, the Steam controller.
And what's so special about it?
It's got not thumbsticks, but it's got like these circular indent touch pad.
Is actually more useful than a traditional gamepad?
I don't think so. I think it's a gimmick. It's maybe good for strategy games or whatever, but imagine taking here a PS4 controller and touch the touchpad and think that this is what you use to instead of a thumbstick.
No.
Yeah. Exactly.
Actually, have you? There was quite a lot of discussion about the one guy from China, Korea, and he was selling his own console with PS or even Xbox games.
What?
Without even having licenses there.
No, did he sell many?
I mean, 5 million. That's pretty much. It's quite
What?
a lot. It was like a console for $200, similar to PlayStation. It had a bunch of games already installed on the hard disk there or hard drive.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's I would say that's quite illegal.
Yeah, it's totally illegal.
Yeah. Okay. But a good idea, but quite illegal. What if he only put free-to-play games on it?
No, they were like,
Yeah, but what if he only put free-to-play games on it?
so are we thinking about creating our own console with only
I'm not saying that FBI don't knock my door down yet. What if there is that also like we cannot share free-to-play games because we're not the whatever? Because they're not bought? Right?
Yeah, I know. I can see your point, but okay, let's go and manufacture. I'll give it.
Okay, yeah.
Tomorrow I'm calling to China. This is our design drawings. Make
Yes.
us a console and send it over.
We'll pre-install things and we'll be rich.
And we'll sell
Actually,
it for $2.99.
for $2.99 okay. We need to at least sell it for the shipping price, or we're not getting rich. All right.
So is it the time for the final part of the show?
I think so. If there's no episode 18, it's because we sold a lot of consoles and got rich.
Yeah, we don't need you anymore.
Yeah, we'll be streaming from prison. All right, I guess it's time for Guess Who.
So, since this is double episode once again, you are going to guess two characters, which I haven't prepared a bit.
Okay, maybe I'll guess the first one right, and then you guess one.
So just give me 30 seconds, and I'll come up with someone.
Okay, so in the 30 seconds, we will be doing a live stream soon-ish, before the end of the month.
That we can agree on.
Yes. And then sometime, based on how it goes, we will do more, definitely. But maybe also more often. We'll see. There's plans, nothing set in stone, because it's not 15th century and we write on paper.
And I got my character.
Good. Setting timer for 10 hours.
You didn't have to reset it last time, and we could be using the same timer. That timer could be actually, once we hit 0, that will be the end of podcast. Once we hit 0 from 10 hours, and Guess Who?
That's only like 6 times 60 episodes. That's not that much.
Okay.
All right.
Put it 100 hours.
10. How do I will just put on the stopwatch.
That was 60 episodes, considering you use up all 10 minutes.
Yes. So, all right.
So if you don't, then you get.
All right. 10 minutes. Is it a man?
Yes.
Human.
Yes.
Alive?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Why did you think about it? Is he like off-white? Okay. Is he a main character?
Yes.
Playable?
Yes.
In multiple games?
Yes. Let's go, baby.
On multiple systems?
Yes.
PC and console?
Yes.
Also handhelds?
No.
Mobile?
No.
All right. Is his name in the title of the game?
No.
Right. Is he customizable?
No.
Okay.
You get 4 no's.
Okay. Do you use weapons as this character?
Yes.
The kind that shoot bullets.
Yep.
Also some other kind?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Some that slash and stab?
Yes.
Is the game played in third person?
No.
It's a first person game.
Yep.
It's a first person shooter.
Yes.
Am I guessing Nathan Hale again?
No. You are not that lucky.
Okay. Is it like a well-known series of games?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Oh no. Is he the... Is he the main character, main playable character in multiple games?
Yes, he is.
So it's not Call of Duty, obviously.
Who the fuck would pick Call of Duty? Guess who?
Because there's a lot of good characters in Call of Duty, actually.
Must disappoint you now.
The characters in Battlefield, no one knows what their names are. What kind of first person is it? Does it take place in the past?
Yes.
Oh,
No. I'm sorry, no.
Okay. Does it take place in alternative history?
No.
In an
It's not an alternative history.
but it is alternative universe or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is this like did this series start like very long time ago?
No.
No. Fucking shit.
You got 9? Am I counting correctly?
I guess so. Holy shit, it didn't. It's a relatively new series.
Yep.
So did the series start somewhere after 2000?
Yes.
And it's a first-person shooter. I should not cover my mouth when I'm speaking to the microphone.
Well, it's you shoot there definitely.
But it's
I
not
wouldn't
third.
go as far. It's first person. That's true. It's not a typical first person shooter per se.
Okay. It is first person and you shoot things. But it's not primary shooting things.
Correct.
Okay, but is it focused on primarily on the combat?
Yeah.
But not shooting. In first person. What kind of person? What kind of game do you play?
It's shooting in first person. Just not. If you think it's when I mentioned combat, it's not as heavily combat oriented as Call of Duty. Let's put it that.
But it's not a third person game.
No, it's not.
So it is a first person game.
Yes, it is.
Where you fight Are you fighting humans?
Yes, and
No, alternative universe. The shit. And it started within after 2000. I still got 3.5 minutes.
great news.
Motherfucker. Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Does your character wear a mask?
yes.
Is it Corvo?
No.
Fuck!
I thought you almost had it. No, it's
Okay.
main character from the game that is coming out tomorrow.
What's coming out tomorrow?
Metro Exodus.
You fucking idiot! That's a girl.
Whoa, who is the girl? Are you fucking crazy?
Oh. Oh, Metroid. Oh, I think
The
Metroid.
main
Whatever.
character, the main character there is Artyom.
Artyom. Whoa, motherfucker.
Who would have guessed it?
No one.
Well, definitely not you after your 10 no's. Okay, I got already second character, so get
Jesus Christ.
ready.
Artyom.
Erase
All right.
all your-
Do you play him in all the games?
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
So are you ready for your second run or trial?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Is it the man?
No.
Is it the woman?
Yes.
I really thought you said Metroid. That's why I was confused. That this Metroid, it's a woman, definitely. So it's a woman. Is she white?
Yes.
Is she human?
Yes.
Is she a main character?
Yes.
Playable?
Yep.
Multiple games? Does she appear in multiple games?
I think she does.
You think she does? So she is. She is not a main character in multiple games. Then,
No.
so that's a yes.
Okay.
She's a main playable character in at least one game.
Yep. At least I think so.
Okay, great. Great. Maybe use your time to Google it while I'm asking.
This is what I'm doing.
So, is it a game? It's a game series she appears in.
Yes.
Did the series start before 2000?
No. I don't. No, actually, I don't think I picked up a great character.
Great. It can't be worse than Artyom. He's alright. I mean, I got nothing to work with. Is it a third-person kind of game?
No.
It's a first-person kind of game. It's the first-person. What games you play as a woman and it's in first person? Obviously, Dishonored. it can be the girl that's friends with Corvo. um,
You have tested this genre, then it's
actually, it
changing.
could be her because she's a playable character in only one game. But I don't know her name. Ellie. No? Something like that. Is she an adult?
Yes.
It's in first person. Is the game on multiple platforms?
Yes.
Including PC?
Yes.
Also mobile?
No.
No mobile.
Not with her, but there is a game on mobile from the universe.
From the universe.
That's not very helpful.
It's a game that's so big that it's got a spin-off on mobile. What? And it's played in first person. So is it a first person shooter?
No.
No. Is it a stealth game?
Partly.
It's partly a stealth. So it's like a adventure game stealth kind of thing.
Not adventure.
Not
I mean,
adventure. You know what I mean by adventure, right?
probably yes.
Does she have short hair?
No, not really short hair. Okay, let me give you help. It was published by Sega.
Published by Sega. This Metroid?
No.
That also wasn't Sega, was it? It was published by Sega. What the hell? What does Sega do? Sega does like Total War.
It's no one from Total War.
It's a woman.
Surely the game was very well received.
Is her, does she speak?
Yeah.
First person game. Is it like an RPG?
No.
Fuck. So it's sort of a stealth game in first person.
Let me give you another hint.
I have no
I've
idea.
been too bad on you with Arkham. It's probably one of the it's really famous in terms of movies. It's a game based on movies. More specifically, horror movies. Well, not.
Is something from Resident Evil? Is that that's not Sega? That's Capcom. Is it Capcom?
No.
Resident Evil isn't Capcom.
Okay, Resident Evil, yes, it's Capcom.
So it's not Resident Evil. What other? Alone in the Dark?
No.
What other horror franchise is there?
Probably one of the.
Silent Hill.
No.
What? Am I not at 10 no's yet?
One more.
Horror franchise.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. It's still a horror franchise.
And it's based off of movies. Not the movies are based off of it.
The game is based on the movies. Partly.
What kind of game is based on a movie that's horror? I was going on it the wrong way. I was thinking of movies that were inspired by games. It's a horror movie that inspired a video game. I know there was a Saw video game, I think, but that's not it, probably. My God. What could it be? Horror game that inspired a movie. Horror movie that inspired a game. I don't like horror movies. I don't watch horror movies, so I have no idea what kind of horror movies there are.
I'm sure you know this one.
Do you think do you think I know the movie?
Absolutely.
Does someone very famous play in the movie? Someone mildly famous play in the movie.
Someone what?
Mildly famous.
Yes.
Okay. Still have no idea.
Time to give up. Don't see any other option.
I have 45 more seconds.
Okay. I'll give you the benefit.
Horror movie that inspired a game. Do you think I saw the movie?
Yes.
I saw the movie. You know I saw the movie?
I'm pretty sure you must have.
I don't know.
Okay. Game Alien Isolation, Amanda Ripley.
Okay.
Anything to say?
I have not seen Alien.
No, you must be joking right now.
I have not seen Alien or Alien 2 or Alien 3
None of the Alien movies or Alien.
or the new Alien. I have actually seen Prometheus. I have not seen ever any of the Alien movies.
And you told me how come I didn't know that. God, I forgot the name already.
I don't like movies like that. I know it's a classic. I should watch it. I have never seen it.
Okay, so let's do the challenge here. You'll see the series, all the movies in Alien, and I'll do all the movies in Star Wars. Because I've seen only Star Wars 1, yes. And the Rogue One.
The old one, okay, that's a good one to watch. All right. Okay, I can do this.
And then we'll talk about it next time.
Wait, until next week I need to watch them. Shit. Okay.
Next time doesn't have to be next episode.
Okay.
I'll give it time.
All right. So this was episode 16 and 17. Peace.
We're signing off.
Signing off.